Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Padmé Amidala from the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series. Now this is an absolutely fantastic figure, but before we take a closer look at it, let's go ahead and take a look at her packaging. So here it is, pretty standard for what we've seen out of the Black Series. Nice big window here on the front, as well as an image of Padmé down here in the corner. And then flipping it over onto the back, that image is repeated again here, as well as a brief description. And of course, if you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So anyway, like I said, pretty standard stuff, so let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself here. Now, Padmé stands at, let's see, about 5 1/4 inches tall. So she's right in scale with all of your other Black Series figures. Even though she is a little shorter, I think it's, still in scale. And she comes with a ton of accessories. Let's go ahead and take a look at those real quick. The first one is this droid blaster here. We saw this with the battle droid, but very nicely detailed, and this one's nicely painted with the battle damage on there. It looks really, really nice. And then her second accessory is this blaster pistol here. As you can see, two-tone paint job on there and nicely sculpted for what it is. And then this one has a holster on the figure that you can plug it into. Let's see if I can do it on camera here. Obviously not. There we go. And that fits nicely in her holster there. Now, she does have one more accessory that's loose in the box, and that is a spare hand. Now, as you can see, this one's kind of like a loose grip, whereas this one's tighter. And the reason for that is that the droid blaster has a much wider handle than her blaster pistol does. So you need two hands for her to actually be able to hold both accessories. So I'm really glad that Hasbro actually included those instead of just having one accessory that she couldn't hold. So as far as articulation on this figure goes, it's pretty good. There is one enormous problem. I cannot believe that they did this to this figure, but we'll talk about that in a second. So she's got a ball peg in the neck here, nice range of motion. Pretty standard for the Black Series, and as you can see, they did an absolutely fantastic job capturing Natalie Portman's likeness, again using the face printing text so she looks great. She's got ball hinge shoulders that do swivel 360. Obviously she's got this, I guess you'd call it like a cape, or maybe like a scarf, I'm not sure. But it does impede articulation, but it's not quite as bad as Drayden Voss. And obviously in the movie she does take this off, and I'm sure if you pop the head you could get this off the figure, and then you wouldn't have any articulation problems there. At her elbow, it is hinged, gets more than 90 degrees, which is nice, and there is a swivel. Then at the wrist, hinge and swivel. On this side, the hinge runs horizontally through the hand, and on this one it runs vertically, and that's the same as the alternate hand as well. At the torso, she's got what feels like a single ball peg, excellent range of motion there, and a really seamless joint, which I like. Then you come down to the hips, and you get a really pretty, I don't know, average or below average range of motion out to the side, and then you'll notice you can't pull the leg forward. And then the reason for that is that this is called a Y joint, and as you can see in the hip there, you have to actually swivel it and then pull it forward, and you still don't get a very good range of motion. Really, it's terrible. And this is kind of an older style Hasbro articulation, which I absolutely hate. I cannot believe that in 2019 they brought it back for this figure. Honestly, it's the worst part about this figure. It'd be a perfect 10 out of 10 for me, except for this. Fortunately, the rest of the figure is good enough where I can kind of overlook it, but it is super frustrating that Hasbro did that. Now there is a thigh swivel there, which is good for the Y-jointed hips. You do absolutely need that 100%. And she's got double jointed knees, excellent range there, and then hinged ankles with an ankle rocker. So like I said, overall this figure would be a 10 out of 10 for me, except for those hip joints are awful. I can't believe Hasbro did that. So that being said though, definitely worth picking up 100%. Absolutely fantastic figure, and definitely one of my favorites of 2019 so far. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.